You recently met John McCain.
Yeah.
At a Time magazine party.
Yep.
And the New York
They
Times...
party hard.
Yeah. Well, the New York Times said that he was starstruck by you.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah.
Did he creep you out? I guess was the question.
No.
He doesn't have a set of these.
Nice. Nice.
I looked too. It was nice.
No, McCain had said that he was going to choose Dwight as his running mate on The Daily Show. So he had mentioned our show, but we were all like, I don't know if he's just, maybe some, grandkid of his told him to say that or something. And then I
was that a here's something that'll make you sound not 71
totally
line?
I couldn't even tell. Even Jon Stewart was like, that is pandering, my friend. It was to his audience. And so I met him he was at this party, and his aide came up to me and said, we work with Senator McCain. He's a huge fan of The Office. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. I would love to know what his favorite episodes are, trying to see if there was real interest. And he told me what McCain's favorite episode was, and I was like, all right, maybe they made that up too. It was Survivor Man, for any big Office fans out there. And then they brought me over to him, and they said, here's BJ Novak from The Office. And he said, I have to tell you my favorite moment. And he started cracking himself up, talking about an obscure moment from the dinner party episode. So yeah, he's a fan.
Now, does this make you want to vote for him, or does it make you think that this guy can't run the country sitting around watching sitcoms all day?
Well, I met it made me feel like I should hold out with my support.
Yeah, like a super delegate. Yeah.
Yeah. See who wants their Office DVD box set, in exchange for a trip to the White House.
I went to your website, bjnovak.com, which unfortunately doesn't exist. Did somebody snag you? Or is somebody squatting on your name?
No, I bought it and then couldn't think of anything fun to do with
good.
it.
Well, I'm glad you're the owner.
I also bought JohnKrasinski.com. When we started the show, my co-star just had not bought his domain name, and I bought the site. And I've never said this before, or he doesn't know this, but I had all these plans of what to put on the site. and I no idea was good enough. We're like, oh, it should be a gay porn site. No, it's too hacky. No, it should be, some Russian guy is trying to extort him because he thinks John's a huge star. No, that's not funny enough. It went on a year me and my friends trying to come up with the funniest idea, and the domain expired.
It just expired on you, and now it is a gay porn site. How odd. You graduated from Harvard. You have a degree in English and Spanish literature.
Mm-hmm. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I was going to say, were you planning on a career in comedies and sitcoms at the time, or were you must have been thinking you were going to do something else with your life?
I kind of wanted to do this, I mean, I was a good student in school and stuff, and I wanted to read a lot. So I wanted to study literature and stuff. But I always wanted to be a writer, and I didn't want to be a pretentious writer that nobody read. I wanted to be the kind of writer that my friends would, actually enjoy and laugh at, and not the kind of thing that would sit on your shelf waiting to be watched all at one sitting, Bob.
Stab.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
So this is kind of what I wanted to do. Yeah.
See, he doesn't like me that much.
Well,
but
I'm trying to have fun here.
Let's see if I can make that even worse. Your dad is a writer.
Yeah.
Your dad, it says here,
wrote
the big book of...
Show off.
I actually know the correct grammar. The past tense of write is wrote.
Wrote it up, did he?
He wrote it.
Now, he wrote it.
Scribbled something
He
out.
done been writing that down.
This sounds good. The big book of Jewish
Don't
humor.
mean to speak British. Yeah. Yes, he is the co-editor of that book, and is also a ghostwriter of celebrity memoirs. He wrote Magic Johnson's book and
really
Nancy Reagan's book. Yeah, tons of just an odd assortment of famous people.
So that's in your blood, the whole literature and writing thing. Right?
Yeah, I think actually, what helped me be a writer was just the fact that no one ever thought that was weird when I said I wanted to be a writer. I've met a lot of writers, even on The Office, who just had to convince their parents it was an okay thing to do, and it was they would struggle for years. And just seeing my dad be a writer, it wasn't that he helped me or got me any connections, just the confidence of thinking nope, this will happen. I'll be out of work for a couple of years, and I'll make ends meet, and then I'll get a job. That confidence.
Well, The Office is huge and one of the smartest, funniest written shows. I mean, you guys win Emmy awards. Is there any other show on TV that you're a fan of? Something that you go, hey, I really admire that.
I like South Park a lot. I look up to that show in terms of just being really funny and really smart without without ever trying to impress you. You know, they're just trying to entertain you, and they entertain you by being smart. I love that show. I like 30 Rock a lot.
Great show.
I don't know. What do you guys watch?
Well, a little of everything.
I just like writers. You know, I'm serious. Reality TV, I think, is the seventh circle of hell.
Yeah, I think we're all in that vein. As we like scripted shows, dramas, comedies, whatever it is, and the rest of it seems to be turning into a game show wasteland.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I like the show Mad Men. Do you know that show?
Yeah.
The drama. That's a really cool show.
60s advertising agency theme. It's really well written.
Yeah,
it's great stuff.
Eric Corman.
BJ, I've got a question about the nature of humor. You were growing up with your dad in the big book of Jewish humor. I'm
Mm-hmm.
Jewish, and it seems like as people are growing up nowadays, the young kids, ethnic humor doesn't seem to resonate as much. It's like all gender lines and racial lines, they're all dissolving. Right. And I'm wondering, is there going to be a place for ethnic humor in the future?
Totally. Well, I mean, I think there's probably not as much ethnic humor in terms of like, oh, Irish people and Jewish people and stuff like that. If you go to like a black comedy show or something, there, you know, there's tons of, because that's a really fertile ground. That's a huge thing that people really do talk about, and there's a lot of comedy there. I think in terms of like, you know, styles of humor, like, you know, being from Boston, Jewish humor and Irish humor, they both have this sort of outsmart you type of wit, you know, that people are trying to show off and one up each other with logic and quick insults and stuff like that. I think it kind of permeates other things, like, you know, The Simpsons won't be about ethnic jokes, but they have that kind of attitude, you know, that kind of absurdist thinking and stuff like that. But no, I think like race, you know, if you go to Chris Rock's show or something, like, there's so much comedy there. I don't play to that just because I don't have much to say about that. But
I can't find one piece of incorrect grammar in anything he just said. It's amazing. You are what happens when you
come to the Moor and see the great grammatician.
You cross a Harvard grad with a South Park fanatic, and there you are. It's really nice to meet you, BJ. The Office, of course, is now playing in a shelf in my house, and
better dig it out, man.
I choked in my water. Thank you.
And well, now now that he's gone, I got room to procrastinate a little further. Also, tonight at the Moore Theater, there are still a few balcony tickets available. Definitely check out
and
the
not
show.
just the ones that you don't like, right? You said there's no balcony.
I don't even think they.
There's padded seats.
Yeah,
too.
there's good.
That's
balcony.
usually only really mean acts even open that section. I just gave it to you for some historical.
All right,
stuff.
thank you.
Look out there; it's pretty wild.
I will.
All right, BJ, thank you very much. We'll be right back after these.